welcome to your practice. I'm Susie, and this practice today is slightly energizing. However, it is also very calming. We will be moving through our full body. It's really wonderful for recovery, actually. So we'll begin the practice with some energizing movements, a passive hip flexor stretch, which is really wonderful for the digestive system, for just lengthening out and releasing some tension in the psoas muscles, the hip flexors, as well as the flow we'll go into. Just see how it feels for you. I'm going to be using 2 blocks for this practice to take the intensity away and to kind of reach into areas that we generally won't reach into so much if we're powering through a lot of the postures. They're completely optional. So if you don't have these blocks, it doesn't matter at all. But if you do have them, test them out and just notice how it feels in comparison to when you don't usually use blocks. They create more space, so when you're stepping through, for example, you will notice a better sense of ease with that. So I guess it mellows the practice out a little. And then of course we'll finish with a relaxation, and then you'll be done. So yeah, grab your mat, grab the things that you need, and let's get started. Standing. All right, we'll start with a block. And take this block underneath your right foot, so lengthways in your foot, and stand up. Now, if you don't have a block, this exercise is actually really doable on stairs, for example, if you've got enough space there. But as you can see here, all I'm doing is releasing the leg out, just letting it hang, and then just swing, small swings to begin with. And with the standing leg, you'll feel like the stability beginning to create. Maybe wobbling from side to side. Now spread your toes nice and wide and press into your big toe and your pinky toe. And what that will do is just strengthen up the muscles around your shin bone, okay? And your arms, of course, can come into play here. Keep everything loose in your upper body and just let the foot hang and sway. And the way that it can be quite good for the digestive system is that it helps relax everything around the abdominal muscles as we relax into these deep hip flexors. And then if you want a little extra, just make those swings just a little bit larger. And then we'll switch. Okay, so step off the block. And if you feel particularly wobbly there, use a wall. If you have one. Okay, and stand up, and again. Taking nice long breaths. And see if there's something else that you can let go of in that hip. Can you make that leg dangle a little more heavily? And then increasing those sways if that feels good. I love doing this particular movement after a run. Running just tightens up everything in my hips. So yeah, this counteracts that nicely for me at least. Okay, and release. All right, let's put those blocks to the side. And now this one is a breathing practice known as, you may be familiar with, the breath of joy. Now what this does is it increases or activates your sympathetic nervous system. So that's your stress response. Now, and what's good about it is we need that sympathetic system activation to energize us. So first thing in the morning, this is really great. Middle of the day, is also a fantastic time to do this. And then what we're also doing is blowing off a lot of that CO2 in our body, and it helps us to feel calm at the end. Now take it easy. If you feel like you're getting a little bit lightheaded, just back off a bit. Otherwise, let's get going. So what it is you inhale at one, forward hands, and then another inhale to the second third of your lungs. Inhale, and then inhale all the way up, and then exhale through the mouth. Okay? So in, in. Let your arms be nice and loose. In. Again. 2 more. And stand. Feet nice and wide, arms by your side. You can close your eyes and sense into how you feel. Now closing your eyes creates a little bit of imbalance. Gently open your eyes, okay? Relax the shoulders, relax the face, relax the abdomen, release the breath. Just checking in and see how you feel. Let's do this one more time. So, little bend in the knees, in, exhale, in through the nose, in through the nose, in, in, in. Last one. Roll up. Arms by the side, eyes open or closed. Nice. Okay, let's move into the flow. Standing at the top of the mat. If you're using your blocks, place them just on either corner of the mat here. Let's begin. Inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees. Take hold of those blocks and step the right foot back and lower the knee. And if it feels okay, track the knee past the toes, sink deeper into the pelvis on the right side. Maybe reaching deep into the hip flexors on the right. So we've made them quite loose. So you may experience a little more depth. Don't push too hard, just keeping everything nice and gentle. Okay, now turn the blocks up onto their highest setting and straighten out the left leg. We'll pulse through the low lunge to the hamstring stretch. Take a few times here. Following your breath. And see if you can breathe in and out through your nose here. Just gentle, ballistic stretching to open up any tight areas in your legs. Okay, let's step forward. So, plant into the left foot, pick up the right knee, step forward, and we go straight into the second side. Left foot steps back, lower the back knee, and reach the right knee forward, lowering the left hip down into the floor, or towards the floor. We're just keeping everything gentle. Close your eyes maybe, and notice the sensations. Be rocking from side to side, just checking in where the tension resides in you. Okay, now let's lengthen out the right leg and then forward. Pulsing back and forward a few times. Inhaling, exhale. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Big breath in, all the way to the abdomen. Exhale. Okay, now let's step forward. Press into the right foot, lift the left knee, step forward, forward fold. Now your hands can be on your blocks. Keep a soft bend in the knees. And take a lift halfway, big breath in. And then in Uttanasana, exhale, hinging from the hips again. And bending the knees as deep as you need to feel that stretch down the hamstrings. And then inhale, lift the arms all the way up to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Moving through our vinyasa. Inhale, lift the arms high. Exhale, bend the knees. Blocks on their middle setting. Right foot steps back, left foot steps back. You have an option here, staying in plank pose for 2 long breaths, or if you'd like to wake up your arms, exhale, 1 push up. Lower the knees, hips all the way to the heels. Feel the stretch underneath the armpits, softening the chest down slightly. And then let's pull ourselves up, blocks underneath our shoulders, cow pose. Breathing in. Exhale, lift the knees, press the hips back and up, downward facing dogs with the blocks under your hands. Roll the shoulders outward. So a nice external rotation in the upper body and the arms. Good. Gaze forward between the blocks, high up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, step 1 foot and then the other towards the front of the mat. Inhale, squat, exhale, press the hands into the chest. Inhale, lift the arms to the sky. Exhale, let's go back again. Plant the hands on blocks or without. And push up. Knees to the floor. Hips to the heels. And now let's pull ourselves into that cow pose. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, press the hips back, downward facing dog. High onto the tiptoes, bend the knees again. Other foot steps forward first, and then the right. Half squat. Exhale, pressing up, hands to chest. Inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, back again. So adding on this time, stepping back into plank, holding in plank or taking the push-up. Knees down, hips to heels. Now this option, you have the cow pose as you did before, or see how it feels to move into an upward dog variation. Thighs are engaged. Tops of the feet are on the floor. We're getting this deep abdominal stretch here. But if you're feeling any sensation in the low back, try to draw in the pelvic floor, navel in and up into the rib cage. And rotate the upper arm bones outwards, the external rotation again. Big breath in, and then exhale into your downward facing dog. Inhale, high up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, step forward, right foot, left foot. Big breath in. Exhale, stand. Inhale, rise. And again. You now know what to do, taking your option, staying in plank, supported with knees or without, taking a push-up, again supported with knees or without, and then your variation of your back bend. If that felt quite intense for you on the low back with upward facing dog, please take cow pose, and then long breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. High onto the tiptoes. Exhale, bend the knees. Step, step. Half squat, big breath. Exhale, hands to chest. Inhale, rise. Exhale, last one. Your pace. your choice. Meeting in downward facing dog. And sigh if you like. Inhale high to the tiptoes, bend the knees, stepping forward. Active squat. Exhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, hands to chest. Now this time we do it, we're going to meet and stay in downward facing dog. So inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Push up or no push up. Cow pose or upward dog. And downward facing dog. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, lift the hips. Press the blocks forward to push your hips a little further back. Relax the neck, stretching the ears towards the thumbs. Rolling the upper arms outward. Good. Now let's take the right leg all the way to the sky. Breathing in. Exhale, step forward. Foot between the hands. Lower the back knee down. Breathing in, hands to the sky. Anjaneyasana. Pausing here for a moment. Be gentle pulses. Again, checking in with that left hip flexor. Okay, fingertips to the blocks. Taking them onto their highest setting and straightening out your right leg. Reaching the right hip back, chest forward. Inhale, pulsing slowly. Exhale. Okay, plant the right foot, lift the left knee, high lunge. Pause here. Okay, fingertips to the blocks, straighten out the right leg. Maybe lift the toes up towards the shin, but see if you can pull the right hip back, left hip forward, and notice where that stretch moves to. Lengthen the head forward, chest forward, hips back. Long breaths. Okay, now plant the right foot high up onto the left tiptoes and spin the left heel down, finding your way into warrior two stance. So right heel to left arch, press and rise. Okay, take your time here. Just setting up the foundation that is most stable for you. Okay, the knee, right knee, tracking through the middle of the right foot. Firm press down to the left outer side of your left foot. Good. A little pulse is waking up the quads. Okay, now energetically pull both femur bones in towards the pelvis. Notice the stability that it creates. Arms long, extended, soft gaze to the middle of the right hand. Nice. Straighten out the right leg. Hands up to the sky, make an interlace. Gaze up towards the hands and then gaze forward. Okay, now press the left hip back and reach the hands forward. So this is a variation of our triangle pose. And notice we want to rotate the ribcage towards the side of the room. And notice the core needs to turn on. So navel close in towards the spine, activating the transverse abdominals. And breathing here for 3, for 2, and 1. Bend back again into the right leg. Flip the right hand. Stretch it forward. Reverse lunge. Gaze up. Inhale, rise back again. Warrior two. Take the right forearm either on the right leg or fingertips to the outside block. Okay? Extended side ankle pose. Your left bicep by your ear. Keep rotation through the upper body. Left ribs press back. And your gaze can just simply be forward or rotate the nose to face the ceiling. Okay, rotating the neck back again. Left hand on the hip. Right block to the right corner of the mat. Now slowly heel toe your foot forward until you feel that balance point on the right foot. So before you lift the left leg, I want you first to open up the left hip. And you'll notice here that the leg naturally lifts. And this can be high enough. Okay? So checking in with your balance. And as you can see, the gaze is quite important. So gaze down towards the floor. Open the left hip. And flex through the left foot. And the hand can remain on the left hip or hand to the sky. And if you like, slowly move your gaze to the side of the room. And breathe. Okay. Now, close that hip down again. Keep pressing into the right leg and lift the left knee up towards the chest and lower that foot back down again. Okay, shaking out. Now, right leg lifts up. Okay, we'll move into a standing figure four, standing pigeon. So bend into the left knee and then rotate your upper thigh bone outward, the external rotation upper thigh bone, and then hook your right foot over your left knee, okay? And find the depth that is most suitable to you, okay? You can use your right hand to press into that right knee. And just moving in and out. And then, maybe, if your blocks are there, you can take your fingertips to those blocks. Stretch your chest forward and your hips back. Chest forward, hips back. Press the right knee down. And breathe in and out through your nose. Now, if this is not available to you, for whatever reason, you can just take your hands to your chest or counterbalance with your arms out in front of you. If you want to get a little bit higher. Good. Inhale. Lift the right knee up towards the chest. Give it a squeeze. And then transition back. So that right foot still flexed, toes pointing down. A soft bend in the left knee, fingertips to the blocks. Warrior three. Breathing in. And as you exhale, point the right toes and step back and lower the right knee down. And we're moved right into side two. So, Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale. Take your time here. We'll be here for a few breaths. You don't have to remain static. You can pulse slowly, lifting your hips up and forward. And then find stillness. Okay. If you're using your blocks, bring them closer to your body on their highest height. Lift the back knee. Oh, actually, we missed out the hamstring stretch. So we'll do that first. Okay, the Ardha Hanuman. So right hip back, left hip forward, toes to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Chest stretches forward, exhale. Okay, now plant foot and rising into your crescent lunge. Big breath in. And exhale, sink into the pose. Okay, maybe notice this is quite a lot for your balance. The front leg, keep the toes nice and spread and press into the big toe, pinky toe. Press the right heel back, strong back knee. And if you can't straighten your right knee, a little bend. Tucking the pelvis slightly, feel the stretch in the right hip flexor. Good. Now straighten both knees, fingertips to the blocks. Reach your chest forward, our pyramid pose. Inhale, lengthen, left hip back, right forward, chest out. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Okay, moving into your warrior two. So taking your time, set up your base. Bend the left knee and open. Energetically pull the femur bones, the thigh bones into the pelvis. Slight engagement of the glutes. Spread the toes, strong back leg. Soften your face. Building heat. Creating some gentle strength. Okay, let's straighten out the left leg. Reach the hands to the sky, interlace, gaze up. Okay, right hip back, press and reach the fist forward, rotating the right rib cage up towards the sky. Using the core muscles to keep you lifted. Strong legs to keep you stable. Good. Inhale, bend the left knee, reverse your warrior. Inhale. And exhale, we have our side angle pose. Left elbow on the left thigh, or fingertips or palm to the block, and sweep your right bicep over your ear. Maintaining the rotation in the upper body, low belly hugging in. Keep your hand, your fingers energetically engaged. And breathe smooth and soft into your abdomen, rib cage and chest. And exhale. Good. Right fingertips to your hip and beginning to step that right foot towards the left. Setting up the left block out on a diagonal to the left corner. And again, notice the right hip is turned down or closed. Now, open that hip. Feel the rotation and then notice the lift. Engage the back foot. Good. And maybe there's no weight at all on the left hand. Feel the wobbles, embrace the wobbles. It's just our mind and body learning where our balance resides. Good. You can gaze to the side of the room, down to the floor, or up towards the right thumb. Okay, now roll the right hip down, bend the left knee, and pull the right knee in towards the chest. A little hug. And release. Good. Okay, figure four, standing pigeon on the right leg. Left knee lifts. Cross the ankle over the thigh. And sit back down into your chair. Checking in with both sides. And being absolutely fine that both may present a few differences. So what's available on one side may not be so accessible on the second. Okay, and And then finding the position. Fingertips on blocks if you like, or maybe even forearms on the thigh. But just remember to stretch the center of the chest forward. So this is where we will find that counterbalance, okay? So head is forward, hips are back. And then we find that little bit of lightness while we stretch into the left hip. Good. Inhale, rise up. Hug the left knee in. Woo. Wobble and fall. And set yourself down. Let's move through the vinyasa that we did at the beginning of the class. Inhale, lift the hands to the sky. Exhale. Blocks on their middle or low height, stepping into plank. Push up if you like. It's always okay to back off whenever you need. Okay, hips to the heels, cow pose, or your variation of upward facing dog. And downward facing dog, rolling over the toes. Hips high to the sky, press the hands down and forward. Gaze between the hands, high up onto the tip toes, bend the knees, step, step. Inhale, exhale, breathing in, hands to the sky. Exhale, let's go back. When it's cold outside, it's really nice to just add in just a touch more heat. It has a wonderful energizing quality to get yourself going again. Okay. Breathing in and breathing out. And let's go through that flow one more time, but with a bit more pace. So breath to movement. Right foot steps forward. Lower the left knee. Anjaneyasana, inhale. Exhale. Resetting the blocks, highest height. Ardha Hanumanasana. Hamstring stretch. Inhale, crescent lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, fingertips to blocks, straighten the front leg. Pyramid pose, chest forward, hips back. Rising up, warrior two. Good, straighten the front leg, interlace, and reach the hands forward. We won't be here for so long this time. Okay, bend the knee, inhale, reverse your warrior. Stretching into the right side, it feels so good. Exhale, side angle pose. Setting yourself up for half moon. Slowly, with control, rise up. Inhale, close the hip, lift the left knee in, squeeze it close. And release, figure four. Right knee hugs in and cross, ankle over the left knee and sit back. Okay, big breath in, right knee hugs close. And then step the right foot back, straight away, second side. Okay, Anjaneyasana. For these Anjaneyasanas, I'm really enjoying the deep stretch and more passive quality in the hips. Okay, and then straightening out the left leg. Breathing in, crescent lunge. Exhale, pyramid pose. Warrior two, breathing in. Exhale, straighten left leg, hands to the sky, interlace. Reaching forward, active triangle. Inhale, bend the left knee. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, left fingertips to the left block. Rotate the right arm over your ear. Setting up. Half moon pose. inhale, close the hip and rise. Oh, one-legged Tadasana. Right leg plants, left knee lifts. And sit back. Standing pigeon. Your choice, your variation, your modification. Good. Setting up your blocks ready. We'll do one more vinyasa. Okay, inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees, flatten the hands. Your choice of vinyasa. You can go straight into downward facing dog and rest, or move with flow in your breath. Downward facing dog. Sigh it out. Okay, gaze between your hands. We're working our way onto our backs. So, top of the right foot behind the left wrist. Not too close so you can still feel a little stability. Shoulders will be over your wrists to press weight into the top of the right foot. Slide your left foot forward, okay? Bend the knees and then sit back onto your bum. You can really just come down to your back any way you like. Okay. Slowly roll down, pull your knees with you. And give yourself a hug. Some small circles with your knees. In one direction and then the other. Okay, easy twist. Stretch your arms out. Both knees over one side. And if you do have those blocks handy, I find that putting one underneath the knee just takes the pressure out of my low back. So try that out. Try not to press your knees too hard towards the floor, but keep your right shoulder on the floor. And your knees don't have to be stacking here. You can just gently flop to the side. Slowing everything down. Letting go of your controlled breathing. And let it flow in and out through your nose. Closing your eyes. Okay, second side. A little engagement in your belly to lift your knees to the sky. And then take your knees over to the other side and your gaze over to the left, if that's okay for your neck. You can also be looking to the sky. Letting this posture here be as easeful and restorative as you can. What can you let go of? What are you thinking about? If you notice your mind wandering, return to the breath moving in and out through the nose. Okay, good. Knees up to the sky. And setting up Shavasana. Your well-deserved Shavasana. Palms facing the sky. Maybe squeeze the shoulder blades together. Creating a little mattress for your upper body. And tucking the chin very slightly. Just lengthening the neck. Allow your toes to flop effortlessly to the corners of the room, corners of your mat. nothing left to do. All of the hard work is done. You have full permission to rest and restore. And if anything, this is the most important posture of them all. I encourage you to stay here for as long as you can. No rush. Nowhere to be. Just following the rise and fall of your abdomen. And with every exhale, you soften just a little bit more. Letting go of any holding in your jaw, behind your eyes. Your forehead. If you'd like to stay here for a little longer, please do. Otherwise, if you'd like to end this class with me, draw your knees in towards your chest. Take a hug and roll over to one of your sides. Maybe using your arm as a pillow. And then press yourself up, finding your way into a comfortable seat. Take a block. Hands to your heart center and offer yourself gratitude for your practice today. And I thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure. And I look forward to seeing you on the mat again soon. Have a beautiful rest of your day.